Now, the second question, this is business related. So like I said, like we have two business related, two personal related. So this is, I made more than expected last year. I heard that if I elected an S Corp, I will be saving money. Can I elect to be an S Corp for 2024 now, for the prior year? So this is like multiple questions in one question. And that's why I chose it, because I received a lot of portion of this question. So let's take it one by one. Made more than expected last year. I heard if I elected an S Corp, I will save money. Well, again, it depends. It might be that you're going to save money. It might be you're saving money from this pocket, but you're spending it in another pocket. So you want to keep in mind the difference between an S Corp or an LLC. First, in S Corp, you cannot take any penny from your company unless you are paying yourself a reasonable salary, a reasonable compensation. So that's the first condition for an S Corp. So that means you need to have a payroll. And why is that? Because when you are an LLC, you simply withdraw money from your business account, and that's how you pay yourself. And then you file and self-employment taxes. That is filed with you when you file your tax returns. So in this case, if you elect to be an S Corp, you do not pay self-employment taxes anymore. But IRS wants their money, regardless if you call it self-employment taxes or payroll taxes. They want their money. So the only option that you can get them their money is to run a payroll and pay the payroll taxes in a quarterly basis or whatever basis that your business have to pay it. So that's the alternative. So technically, yes, you're saving in self-employment taxes. Actually, you don't pay self-employment taxes, but you pay payroll taxes. Now, sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it's good and it does save you money. Sometimes it's gonna give you more headache. If you're not doing bookkeeping, then this is not the right way to do it, because once you are a corporation, once you are an S Corp, you want to make sure you have bookkeeping, a professional bookkeeping. You have payroll taxes filed every single year. You need to have a payroll. You need to have an accounting plan. And that's the way to deduct expenses. So a lot of other compliance and paperwork that is going to be involved. And if you do not have someone to help you with, or if you're not ready to invest with a professional that can help you do that, then it won't make sense. And you will be paying a lot in penalty and interest just because you're not going to be able to catch up with what you have to do for an S Corp. So because every entity, the way you register your entity does matter how you pay yourself and how you pay in taxes. So it doesn't necessarily work the way you hear in TikTok or from other people who might have that option. So many options over there, so many cases, but does it apply for you or not? So again, it's not always the right move to do the S Corp. There are like multiple reasons, like multiple questions I would ask you to know exactly if this is the best scenario for you or not. Another thing, we do tax planning or tax analysis at least. Like we don't have to do the full tax plan. We do the tax analysis to see which portion is the best for you, which portion does make sense for you. So that's what we need to do. And in order to do that, then we can tell you, okay, what's the situation? How much it's gonna cost you if you are an LLC and how much is going to cost you if you elect to be an S Corp. And are you qualified to be an S Corp? Because it's not always the case. There are like some conditions to be an S Corp. So all of these situations need to be considered. I know a lot of people are not satisfied with my answers because you want to know yes or no. I cannot give you a solid answer because I don't know your individual situation. Each one has a different situation, and what you have applies to you. So this is the first portion of the question. Now, can I elect to be an S Corp retroactively starting in 2024 or the prior year, even if you're watching this later, the prior year? The answer is yes, you can. However, there's a lot of work going to be involved with this. If you want to have a late election, we really have to do your application and explain why is it a late election. And then you should be acting as an S Corp since last year. And we can catch that. We do the analysis for your salary, see how much did you pay yourself, and we issue you a W-2. So you also have to pay payroll taxes. So you have to be in compliance. So it's going to cost you some money to do that. So also we weigh the benefit of that. Is it worth it for you? Should you do that, or should you act in a different way? Or should you do it in the future? Or maybe it's not worth it to do it for the prior year. So all these are the questions that we need to address before you elect. Because I know a lot of professionals, they might tell you, hey, yes, like, let's do it. If this is what you want to do, let's do it. They are tax preparer, or they are just like people who fill out the forms for you. They cannot give you an advice. Not everyone can give you an advice. And I am a tax advisor, enrolled agent. That means that I studied with the IRS. I can do business law, business tax law, individual tax law, and representation. So, and I am updated with the law. So I know all of that. So I can help you with this. So you want to make sure you ask someone who is a tax advisor, not a tax preparer. And there's a lot of difference. Not every tax advisor, not every tax preparer is a tax advisor. There's a difference. Because again, I would say tax industry is not regulated. Anyone can file taxes for you, but not anyone can give you a tax advice. So be aware of that, and don't jump into just electing an S Corp if you're not sure 100% this is what you need to do, because it's going to cost you a lot of money and you might regret it.